Hello friends, good evening. I am Shubhangi Sanjay Purute from Buldana. Now today's date is 10 January 2022 and today's video topic is exception handling in Java. So in exception handling in Java is the one of the powerful mechanism to handle the runtime errors, so that the normal flow of the application can be maintained. So in the we will learn about exceptions and its types and the difference between check and uncheck exception. So first of all, what is the exception in Java? Exception is an abnormal condition. In Java, exception is an event that disrupts the normal flow of the program. It is an object which is thrown at runtime. What is the exception handling? So, exception handling is a mechanism to handle the runtime errors such as class not found exception, SQL exception, IOE exceptions. So now let's see the advantages of exception handling. So the first one is the core advantage of exception handling is to maintain the normal flow of the applications. An exception normally disrupt the normal flow of the application. That is why we need to handle the exception. Let's take an example. Suppose there are 10 statements in Java program. An exception occurs at the statement, then the rest of code will not be executed. That is, statement 6 to 10 will not be executed. However, when we perform the exception handling, the rest of statement will be executed. That is why we use exception handling in Java. Then next we see types of exceptions. There are two types of exceptions. First one is check exception and the second one is uncheck exception. An error is considered as an uncheck exception. So the real-time example of exception. Suppose you are watching a video on YouTube. Suddenly internet connectivity is disconnected or not working. In this case, you are not able to continue watching the videos on YouTube. This interruption is nothing but an exception. Now the next one, see the real-time example of exception handling. Suppose a person is traveling by a car from Mumbai to Pune. After traveling some distance, the tires of his car is punctured. This unaccepted exception, it is nothing but exceptions. The car owner always leave an extra tire as an alternative on the long distance. He changed the punctured tire with a new tires. After changing the tire, he continued the rest of journey. This alternative way is called as the exception handling. So now let's see check exception. The classes that directly inherit the throwable class excepts runtime exception and error are known as check exception. Compiler checks error at compile time. The next one is uncheck exception. So the classes that inherit the runtime exception are known as uncheck exception. Example: arithmetic exception, null pointer exception, array index bound of exception, etc. So that's a check at runtime. So that's all about this exception handling in Java. Thank you.